Haven't seen me in a while. I've only missed one day. Rocco's much bigger than Grace. The doc. Move it closer. I should alleviate a lot of the issues. Rocco is about to turn 7 in a couple months. Grayson is 3 next year. We figured out what was wrong with Dr. Gray's leg. He actually has arthritis in his hip. Apparently, before I got him, he was hit by something, fractured his hip healed wrong, and now he has arthritis in it. Oh, my microphone should be picking it up well enough.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Switch to DCS
Hopefully they show on this.
240, nominal to profile.
The abstract. Shout outs to Rocco, man. Big ups to Yaz Daddy for the subscription to Pokemon. Whoever that Pokemon. Yaz Daddy. Big ups to Abstract for the $5 as well. I watch most of your content from VODs and you disable them. I'll have to unsubscribe from emojis. Worth it for me. I mean, it's up to you, FPS Quacker. The reason I take the VODs out is because I want it to be hard as humanly possible for people to clip my stream. Strode, have you tried? I know this sounds cliche, but have you tried pulling the power cable out and putting it back in and getting it to start in safe mode? I ain't got time to play anything. I gotta leave at 12:15, 11:40 now. I'm just jumping in just to see what you guys are doing. I won't be streaming. Yeah, that's what works for me, Warzone Killer. Like my PS4 Pro sometimes won't turn on, and pulling that main power cord, letting it sit for like 10 seconds and putting it back in almost always works. I think it has a lot to do with like how the PlayStation like turns on and off. Like it has a certain sequence that's like super secure, and sometimes it fails. That makes nothing. Anything fun this afternoon? No, I got to go get the sac removed, my abscess. They didn't do that last time, and I got to do it today. And after that, I'm probably gonna come home and go to sleep. Play Neo 2. I haven't really played Neo 1. And I didn't like Neo 1 because of the equipment. The way the equipment was. Like the equipment didn't feel unique at all. It felt like just randomly generated equipment that had stats, different types. Like it felt really anime-y. I didn't like that. Hey, Moonglum, how you doing, buddy? I've played Skyrim and The Witcher though. That's the thing. I haven't made a choice. I just wanted to get into something where I could play slow and like just read the lore and stuff. But I've seen Frostmod. I watched Rycon roleplays play it. Which if you've never watched Frostmod, Rycon does a very good permadeath series on it. Yeah, I'll get a PS5. I emailed you. Do I still receive those? I don't understand what you're saying, Snow. Like, I don't really have a public email. Like, my email's been leaked before, but I don't have a public one. Oh, the business email doesn't work anymore, Stone Fury. That was something Patrick set up for me. I never had access to that. I mean, like honestly, like I've gotten most of my social media shut off. Like the only thing I really keep active anymore is Twitter, which I'm thinking about just dropping Twitter too. Patrick was a guy that I introduced to PK, and he helped me do my channel overhaul back in the day, and he was like one of my channel managers. He ended up filming one of the survival trips. He was the British guy. Yeah, I can DM you. Send you a friend. Whisper.
Switch to DCS ranging.
No, this isn't
240,
Rocco. This
nominal
is
to
Dr.
profile.
Grayson.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Rocco is much bigger than Dr. Grayson. Rocco! Rocco's actually right behind me. Oh, I'm not busy, Stone Fury. I'm furthest thing from it. Like I don't know. I've just been trying to deal with this diet lately, and I got the to get the sack cut out today. Gotta go to general surgery again today. That and I don't know, just trying to get accustomed to different things. So I'm starting to take a couple days off. I'm not even really counting this as a stream. This is touching base with everybody. I need to shave. I should have shaved before I got on, but I'm going to a beauty pageant. Yes, Daddy Trump. Do I recommend Divinity 2? If you're open minded, yes. Like if you don't mind a slow burn, I need to explore world game, Divinity 2 is cool, right? Because it has you can play story mode or you can go all the way up to tactician, two different type of games. And I feel Divinity 2 is probably the best top down, turn based tactics game ever made.
Switch to
It's
DCS ranging.
really that good.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Cat right here adores me. No, I haven't actually played much Wasteland 3. I've been waiting on either Skate to buy it or to have somebody buy it and play with me. Can I give you a quick tour of the home or Fall Guys for a bit? No, I gotta leave here in probably another 10 minutes or so. 20 minutes at the tops. Hey, thank you, Bailey, for the $5, and thank you, Omar Tay, for the 5 as well. I don't know. I don't follow the trolls enough to see if they've handicapped them. I know I like life better without clips. No, I just don't have them set up for this screen. I need to set them up for this. Yeah, like this screen's like more for the end of the stream kind of thing. This is a different scene altogether. I understand they record them live, but it's a hassle to record them live. And they have to have a team of people constantly recording to get my stream live. And I don't have a set schedule, so they got to be up almost 24 hours a day because my schedule goes everywhere.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
But my cat, me too.
Lunch on Me
Love both
Pimp.
my cats.
Streaming
So
tonight.
much better than Bailey. Bailey's a terror. My pairs, my cat dad. Best. I read donations. Oh, Stone Fury. Lunch is on Me Pimp. Streaming tonight. Don't know if I'm streaming tonight. If I do, it's going to be late. It's going to be late. I was thinking about streaming tomorrow afternoon. Like 3 or 4 o'clock-ish. Last time I had a drink of water? An hour ago.
Switch to DCS ranging.
Favorite book
240,
I ever
nominal
read.
to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Like, book I remember reading the most, Needful Things, but currently reading The Talisman. I read a lot of horror. That's usually the only genre I kind of sit in. I do branch out to post-apocalyptic stuff, like I read The Road. But most of my library is Peter Straub, Stephen King, Clive Barker. Who's your favorite cat? I like them both for different reasons. Like, this is my cuddle bug. This one right here is the one that sleeps on me, and he always sits with me, watches the Braves game. Does this right here. Whereas Rocco's my guardian. Rocco's always here. Here's Rocco. Rocco goes everywhere with me, but he's not as cuddly. He wants to be his own person. Edward, Jordy, please unban me. I swear I'm not a troll. Could you unban Edward? Edwards, circle, 2 zeros, all together. Jimmy Savile was a pedophile. Guy Ian. Thank you for the $1 worth of it. Why is Rocco Grayson names the opposites? What do you mean? That's what they were named before I got them. Like the shelter's name both. I just kept their name. Like he was named Grayson. I just added doctor to it. Like I had to take him to the vet all the time. I probably put close to $1,000 in doctor visit. Rocco's name. He was originally named Rocky, but there was 2 Rockies already at the vet at the Humane Society that I got him from. So when they got him in, they changed the name to Rocco. They're both boy cats and they both neutered. How did the wedding pic end up on Reddit? My guess is I have a leak somewhere in my
Switch
personal
to DCS
Facebook.
ranging.
240,
Gotta find
nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
There's no use to get a girl cat for Rocco or Grace in the first place. One of them have their balls. Little kitties come to one of them. See, that's a trick question, Sad Daddy Trump. Rocco's too much of a real one to reference troll channels. He keeps it 100. How many people have you are in the troll Discord? That's for me to know. Where's your pup? Bailey! Bailey! Come here. Bailey. Cute puppy. Yeah. Come have you can come get her. Terror. Bailey is a terror. I swear to God, dog. I took her outside morning. My wife went to work. I sat out there 15, possibly 20 minutes. Nothing. Nothing. Bring her back in the house, and she got underneath the kitchen table, and she pissed. It looked like somebody spilled a glass of fucking water. Looks like somebody spilled a glass of fucking water. It was so impressive. I had to take a picture of it and send it to my wife with the caption, "Come get your daughter." He just now got out the cage.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Hot dog between my bangers. I actually don't have a hot dog here. Toilet drinker. Hey Jordy, what's a white collar job you wish you had? I remember you saying you wanted to be an accountant back in the day. Just curious if you had to do it. I actually don't want to be an accountant anymore. I don't know if I ever said that. If I did, boy, it was an error. Accountants have a fucking stressful ass job. But I could do anything, make enough money to live off of it. Like, I think being like a police interviewer would be fucking fun. Honestly, just be fun. Like your whole job is to try to get people to admit to like a crime or a confession. That would be a fun job. Everybody's seen my wife. The picture rolling around at my actual marriage. We do. I have bacon strips, Fly Guy. I have these big. She loves them to death. So, like, usually what happens is she uses the bathroom in the house. We punish her by putting her in the cage, like for 4 or 5 hours. We take her out the cage, take her outside. If she uses the bathroom, she gets a treat and she gets to stay out. Doesn't, she goes back in the cage and I take her back out 15 minutes later. So she goes to the bathroom. Don't worry, thank you. I've always wanted to try my hand at being a car dealer. Yeah, that's usually what it takes for her to have to use the bathroom again. She usually goes to the bathroom every 4 or 5 hours. Can I get a long pimp? Gotcha. On that ring, get good hearing. The rapper's right there. Barely see you. There. I traded my V6 in for my black Mustang, my EcoBoost, and I traded the EcoBoost in for Chevrolet. We also had another donation from Slick Sloth. Hope you're doing well, Wings. Thank you for the $5 Slick Sloth. Edward, if you haven't been unbanned yet, let me know. I'll unban you by the end of this. I just don't want to do it right now because without the grace. Dude, if I screamed right now, the cat would get scared. Would you ever get a Corvette? And I'm assuming you want to know why I wouldn't get a Corvette. I wouldn't get a new one. Here's why. I wouldn't get a Corvette or a newer Corvette, mainly because newer Corvettes have Corvette prices. All right. Like Corvettes are older Corvettes are transaxles. I don't know if the new one is a transaxle, but they have Corvette frames, fiberglass bodies, Corvette suspension. Almost everything is priced like it was made singly for one car, which it was for the most part. There is a caveat to that. There's like the XLR Cadillac, which was a Corvette in disguise. But there's a lot of things about the Corvette that only the Corvette has, which drives the cost of owning a Corvette up. They always tell you the most expensive thing about luxury cars is to buy a luxury car. Like, for example, you might can get like a Mercedes-Benz 5 Series for the cheap, like, $14,000-$15,000. But it'll the upkeep of that car is going to be hard. For example, the Cadillac XLR, it has a very special radiator that you can't get anymore. Like, you have to buy refurbished or have yours fixed. That's a headache all in itself. That's the reason I don't want a Corvette. Like, generally when you buy a car and you want a car that you're going to keep and not something that's just a toy, you want to buy something that a lot of people have, or that's or has an engine that's in a lot of cars. This is so that you can get parts for that car. When you have, like, for example, my old 2002 Silverado, right? It was a 5.3 liter LS2 iron block. There's millions of LS2 iron block 5.3s in the world. Every part on that truck was cheap as it possibly can be. And that's how you keep your maintenance cost of owning a car down, because cars are expensive. Like, people don't tell you, like, the worst part. You ever wonder why every Ferrari and Lamborghini, and Bugatti has almost no miles on it? Like, even the rented ones. Like, the rented ones have like less than 20,000 miles on them. Let me just point out one part. They have carbon, like, they have fiber gears. It's not carbon fiber, but it's a fiber mesh gear in the transmission to save weight. Not a metal gear. It's like almost like a material like gear that's just good enough to do its job, but it's way lighter than using a piece of metal. But each gear in a 10-gear transmission for like a Lamborghini cost about $6,000 or $7,000 a gear. So to replace the entire transmission is like 70 grand with labor. And that's just one thing about it. Like, for example, a Cadillac Escalade. Cadillac Escalade has a air/gas piston, right? It's an air ride piston that's also got a gas. It's a dual piston, $1,000 a piece. You see a lot of people like Cadillac Escalades, like the older ones, like the 99 through like the 2003s. They actually just transfer theirs over to regular shocks after the factory ones go bad, because they don't want to spend $4 grand on just equipment for the shocks. Yeah, Stone Fury just said McLaren transmission for the Sienna is $300,000. But like, you don't want to buy a luxury vehicle if you don't have to. That's the reason I probably never would buy a Raptor. Raptor's a luxury vehicle. Granted, the one caveat that the Raptor has is it shares a platform with the F-150, but it doesn't. It has a different shock setup. It's got a wider body. There's a lot of parts that can be interchanged with the F-150, which is a saving grace of it. But again, there's a lot of parts that are only for the Raptor. And those parts, when they break, these car companies expect that if you can afford a 70,000, if you can afford a Porsche 911, you can pay Porsche 911 prices. Rotors, the back rotors on a Porsche 911 cost $16,000 for a pair. So like, it's just like my wife's nieces just recently had to get into a car, and they asked me like, what car should they buy, and I said, realistically, for what you can afford, a 3800 series V6 General Motors car. You have the 2013 6.2 liter Raptor. It's not that bad. I don't. Did they still do the 6.2 liter in 2013? It's right around the cutoff point. They did. They did still put the V6 in there because I'm pretty sure after 2011 they offered the EcoBoost. It might have been 2014 that they started offering the high output EcoBoost in there, the Ford GT engine. You don't like my cat dad shirt? I'm proud of my kitties. Why is it so dark in my house? I have blackout curtains. It keeps it keeps the temperature of the house down. Carmex. I actually put it all private, but no, I don't have that character anymore in Bloodborne. If I did one, I'd have to start over. I mean, race condition. Do you have your 2013 Civic paid down? Like, are you underwater on it? Battlefield Radio. It sounds like a V6 engine, but like I like that. But I'm not young, right? Here's the thing, right?
Nominal to profile.
My current truck, which is a 2018 Silverado, I got the 5.3 Ecotec in it, and it's got the 6-speed transmission. People out there curious. It doesn't do anything that Ford does. Like Ford pipes engine noise into the cabin through a speaker.
Because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come
And the Chevrolet doesn't do that.
Mostly.
So like when I drive my truck, I can't even hear the engine. Like it doesn't matter I got a V8 because it doesn't make no noise. Like I enjoy driving my 4-cylinder with the piped in engine noise way better than I enjoy driving like my V8. I don't watch wrestling. I quit watching wrestling in the early 2000s.
Because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly
Oh, we actually did finish that playthrough. We just lost the last level. And we were going to re-record it and never got around to doing it again, Carmax. If anything gets unprivated, my Let's Plays would be the first thing that gets unprivated. Oh, I know this fly guy. I don't know if Johnny Cash was the original singer of this song, but the song I wanted to learn how to play on guitar first was Love Has Been Good to Me by Johnny Cash. His version of it. I don't know if it's originally his song, because it was on an album full of other cover songs. But that was the song that I wanted to learn to play guitar on. Either that one or Wrapped Up in You by Garth Brooks. Battlefield Ray, what I was saying about is like as you get older, like I want my truck to be quiet. I don't like if I could get my truck to the point where I have to guess if it's on. That's where I'd like it to be at. Like I want it. I want it to be smooth as silk, make as little noise as possible. Or am I selling my truck? No. I probably will 3 or 4 years from now. Like my goal in life is to be that guy that has a new truck every 3 or 4 years. Like if I'm doing life in the way Jordy wants to do life, I'll have a new truck every 3 or 4th year for the rest of my life. What happened to Brooke? Brooks died of liver cirrhosis of the liver. I haven't had sex in my current truck. No, I had last truck I had sex in was my 2012 F-150. But F-150s have fucking back seats that go on for days. Yeah, it's a waste of money. But like, I've came to grips with what I like in life, and what I like in life is cars. And I don't I don't go on vacation. I don't drink. I don't go clubbing. I like I don't really have expensive hobbies. So like, you know, a car note to me in like, a $6,000 investment every 4 years to me to keep myself like happy is fine. I mean, it's what I like. There's people that spend way more money on different things they like. Like I'm just using for example. Like look at Woody. Like how much money do you think Woody's got into like the what's called paragliding, where he like flies around with a fan on his back. I don't know what it's called honestly. I'm not trying to be facetious, but like people spend a lot of money on their hobbies, and my hobby is I like vehicles. Like if I have my way, eventually I want a truck and an old sports car. Like I want a Catfish Camaro, like a 2001 Camaro LS1. I'd love to have a red one with the T-top. I do miss my Mustangs, but at this time in my life, Mustangs don't make sense. Garth Brooks is alive and well, but he's really stingy with his music. Like you can't get it hardly anywhere. Why would you put a Mustang V8 in a Camry? Honestly, like the wiring won't match up at all. So you pretty much got to take the entire dash out of a Mustang and put it in the Camry. And then all you really do is have a Camry shell on a Mustang driveline. It'd be easier to put a Camry body on a Mustang and fabricate it that way than the vice versa. And even then, you have a car that's got worse aerodynamics. Like the Mustang's more aerodynamic than the Camry is. It wouldn't be lower. It wouldn't be lower insurance because the insurance is going to be based on the VIN, and the VIN's going to be based on the drivetrain. Yeah, I'm still in Lexapro. I know how to perfect. I've never ridden a dirt bike in my life. I've owned two motorcycles, technically three, and I don't count one in my life. And every motorcycle I've ever bought, I bought to flip. Like the last one I don't count was like I didn't expect to buy it. like my buddy was behind payments on his bike. I let him hide it in one of my sheds, and he ended up being like, "Yo, this is how much I owe on the bike. Can you give it to me?" And I'm like, "I'll give it to you if you give me the title," because he just wanted to free his credit up. I did like that, and I ended up selling his bike for like $1,000 more. Kamehameha. I don't know anything about anime, dude. I know that's an anime thing, the Kamehameha, and they're like Dragon Ball Z. See, Abstract, thank you for the $5, man. What's your thoughts on when Kenneth went to the military? I was against it, honestly. I thought it was a bad choice, and it turned out to be like a semi-bad choice. But, you know, my mother's deep Republican, and she worships the military, so, like, she wanted one of her sons to go to the military, so Kenneth was the one who took the plunge. Lexapro increases the serotonin in your brain. Serotonin is a chemical that your body makes that makes you feel calm. I don't want to drink a Yoo-hoo right now because I'm trying to diet, but I got to go here in a couple minutes because I got an appointment at 1:15. It's about a 45-minute drive. I try to give myself a buffer. Guess I got to do paperwork. Hey, JP Glass, if the money's there, money's right. I do play, girl. Don't care. I found tomorrow, Carmex. Tomorrow, like 3 or 4 o'clock Eastern. Because, like, I'm going to be using the stream tomorrow to try to keep myself awake to get my sleep schedule fixed. Probably, I'm thinking about doing Warzone tomorrow. Either Warzone or Rainbow. But I want to thank everybody. Lemon Pepper Wings. Let's go and get these guys out of the way. Go. And go. Both those guys are unbanned. Thank you, Stoned Fury. Thank you for the $20, man. Thank you, Edwards. Thank you, Toilet Drinker, Lemon Pepper Wings, Abstract, Omarte. Thanks everybody for coming out to the stream. I got to go to the doctor, boys. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. It's PM Chromavis. I'll see you tomorrow at some point. Mighty 5000.